Wike is an a weakling. Peter Obi personally served me my plate at the governor's lodge. I was a state consultant on Anambra property and land use charge. He waited until we've all dished our meals before he helped himself. A humble man to the core. So guys, let's quickly take a look at this tweet. This person tweeted and said, this is a response to Wike's question. He asked if Peter Obi ever shared food when he was a governor. This is evidence of Peter Obi personally serving food during his tenure as governor. So guys, this tells you a lot about Peter Obi. This man is just being organic, being natural, being himself. These are things he can do without struggle. But Wike went to those states in order to, pour more fuel to the burning flame. He was saying that Peter Obi is deceiving Nigerians. Has he ever shared food before? He went to a gathering and started sharing food because politics is by the corner. Because of politics, he's deceiving Nigerians. You need to see Wike the way he was just dangling all over the places. Now, trust Nigerians. Trust obedience. They went and docked out this photo of Peter Obi sharing food while he was still serving as a governor. So guys, this tells you a lot about Peter Obi. There's no pretense about this man. He's just being himself. He's just being organic. I'm going to allow you to take a look at the message Aisha Yusufu has sent to this governor, saying that APC is totally afraid of Peter Obi. They're just scared of him. Scared of the votes he's going to pull out at the end of the day in their state. And that is why you see them doing what they are doing. I'm going to share with you that photo, but let me also allow you to take a look at some of the videos of Peter Obi's old videos of Peter Obi that are currently trending on Twitter. Because since the APC started doing this things, guess what? Nigerians have gone to dig out some of the past interviews and all that. So many videos of Peter Obi and what he stands for. I mean, the values Peter Obi stands for. Just take your time, watch these videos for you to understand that you are dealing with a man who does not pretend. Anything you see Peter Obi, even if he goes to the north now, you see him eating with children. Some people just think it's politics. It's politics. Peter Obi says everything must not be politics. I mean, let's do things, our natural ways. You must have heard him say that we must not add politics to everything. Anyway, guys, without much talking, just take a look at this clip and then you see what Aisha Yusufu said during her interview on Channels Television, where she said these people are just panicking, fidgeting, afraid. Tension is already hooking the camp of the APC, the Tinubu's camp. Aso Rock is exploding because of this man, Peter Obi. Just that little birthday. Don't forget Aisha Yusufu tweeted and told Peter Obi, see, my president, what you just see is a tip of the iceberg. The real thing is coming. 2027 is going to be fire. I mean, you need to see the tweet Aisha Yusufu tweeted after Peter Obi's birthday. He was like, Peter Obi, you don't even need to thank Nigerians. What you saw that day is just a minor thing to compare with what is coming. So guys, get ready, because guess what? We are on this. This country must change. Let me allow you to take a look at these clips and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
Politics of public life is not about winning or losing election. That is for transactional politicians, which most of the politicians here are. For them, it's a business enterprise. So if you lose the election or you're not in position, your business is not doing well. That is not something for me. For me, politics and public life is about transformational, trying to change the society. Before I went into politics, I lived in the UK and I participated in, I've been to Afghanistan, I've been to Rwanda, I've been to Haiti, I've been to Philippines on missions like that. So it is not about winning or losing an election. When I was a governor and there was an earthquake in Haiti, I went to President Jonathan and I said, I want to go to Haiti. And he said, why? I said, I want to go and help them to rebuild. They just have an earthquake. And he said, when? I said, I'm leaving in 2 days' time. I've even withdrawn my son from school. We are going to Haiti. Go and ask the Nigerian ambassador in the Caribbean then. Go and ask the police people. That's how I knew that Nigerian police even worked in Haiti. Go and ask them. I was in Haiti for 1 week, helping them to rebuild. They're like, okay, Bob Manuel, the actor, went back when I raised about $200,000 for them to help them rebuild. So this is what I used to do. Since I left office, I visited over 150 schools, hospitals, everything. I've been to schools in Sokoto, Nasarawa, Kogi, every part of Nigeria. If you ask God, number one, he will tell you that I was in Sokoto. He gave me the car to take me to a school in the border of Nigeria and the other country. I asked him, what did I say that I come to visit schools? I didn't even come home to what is very speed. On the 10th of this month, I was in Good Shepherd Hospital in Enugu, run by Bishop Chukuma. On the 11th, I was in Philomena Hospital in Benin, the big hospital run by the Catholic Diocese of Benin. On the 17th, I was in Holy Ghost Hospital and the School of Nursing in Emekuku in Owerri. Just 2 days ago, I was in Madonna School of Nursing in Umuahia. All these places I visited, I've not spent less than 1.5 million trying to help. If you look at my life between the time I was in office and today, you can't see any difference. I'm saying, let's raise the politicians who practice it the way it's practiced all over the world. You don't need to be in office. Being in office might help me to do more, but you don't need to be in office to do what you're supposed to do. I'm contesting this election because I'm the most qualified. And I want people to come out and say what is there. Let us put everything we have on the table. We are looking for hiring the next managing director of the corporation called Nigeria. And the only way you hire a managing director to run your company is to look at his past. Where is he coming from? What is the educational background? Which schools have he passed through? In terms of all people contesting this election, whether it's for one day, I've passed far better schools than anybody. It is not about degrees you earn. It is about education, it's about the exposure and where you've passed through. I passed through the best schools anybody can think in the world if it's in terms of education. I'm a businessman, a successful businessman who have worked hard and built my business. I'm a corporate person. I've served as director and chaired corporations. I've been a governor. One that when I finished in 2015, I became the best governor in terms of implementing MDG, which is the global measure to measure development, which is what China, India, Vietnam, everybody applied to put their people out of poverty. And above all, I'm the only one who left money. So if you say you want to fight corruption, let's go to where you served last and know how much money you left, whether there's anything you left. So that we don't know what is missing there. I left money, which I could have taken like every other person. I have no single land allocated to myself, my wife, or my children, or anybody. I've been one person who is serving today, whose wife and children is not involved in anything he's doing. They face their little jobs, earning their little pennies, and live their normal life like every other person. Every other person have turned the whole thing into a family affair. But I've not done that. So I'm applying for this job, knowing fully well that I have the capacity to do the job. And the moment I tell them, the biggest, P2B says every day, the biggest assets of Nigeria, physical assets, is the vast uncultivated land in Nigeria. If I'm given the opportunity to serve this country, the North will forever remain something that they will know that they have voted somebody they will forever remain grateful and proud of, because I'm going to change the North. Those vast land Nigeria have today, over 50% of its fertile arable land are cultivated. No other nation in the world can say it's not like that. Not one. So we need to cultivate it. We need to deal with it. I don't want to go into it. So if they're telling you is where I come from, tell them that you have somebody who is coming to change Nigeria. I'm not coming for the same past records of the road we are trading today cannot lead us to anywhere. Then there's somebody coming to change, real change in Nigeria and make things work for everybody.
Your security will not be guaranteed. If you come in, anything that happens to you, it's on you. So, and that's a threat to his life. Beyond that, also is the fact that the Edo State government also came out with a statement where they said that he wasn't threatening him, but he needs to tell him when he's coming and also get security clearance. I don't know what gave Governor Monday Okpebholo the audacity that he can actually give security clearance for any Nigerian to be able to come to Edo State. Edo State is not his family estate. Yeah, he currently might be the one who is governing the state, but he doesn't have the right to give anybody clearance for them to be anywhere. But beyond that also, Makwe, I think there's a video that you need to also look for to play. And this is I think from the person in that video is said to be the ADC chairman who actually had a press conference, because in the video you could see the mic of media houses. And he was loud and clear that anybody that the Edo State governor said what he said and he supports what he said, that means the party APC supports what Edo State governor had said. And there were a lot of references. There were more threats that he made. One, he said that anybody that stands in his way, in their way, in Edo State, that they are going to smoke the person. We know the street violence. When you say you're going to smoke the person, it simply means you're going to kill the person. And I wonder what the Nigerian police is doing. If it was Aisha Yusufu that did the video and said they were going to smoke someone, they would have been all over my house to come and arrest me. But for someone who is said to be the APC, chairman in Edo State, I don't think they've done any arrest. And we can't have some Nigerians thinking there are more Nigerians than others, or they have the monopoly of violence. There was also something he said there that, the governor, that the people of Edo State hate Mr. Peter Obi. I'm from Edo State. I'm from Agbede. I am the granddaughter of Abibenomo. I'm the great-granddaughter of Owari. And those are names in Edo State that people would know. I'm from Agbede powerhouse, and you can't tell me that people in Edo State they hate Mr. Peter Obi. In fact, they love Mr. Peter Obi. It's the governor that they need to go and do a survey to find out if there are people who actually like him and the way he's doing. Especially people of Edo North being killed every day, and nothing is being said about that. Then the APC governor also made another reference to say that members of ADC should not identify themselves themselves as ADC in Edo State, that they only recognize PDP, and that they should leave the state. Those are threats to people's lives, and I think the security agencies should be picking up the APC chairman in Edo State and actually asking him who are the people that he is going after and are the lives of people saved. He also mentioned the fact that 3 people died after Mr. Peter Obi had come to Edo State. First of all, we need to know who are these 3 people that died, because they're dropping this number. What did the governor do? Has the governor met the families of these people? What has he done in securing the lives of the people, since he calls himself the chief security officer of the state? I mean, who has he met? They can't just be dropping numbers or information or fake news just like that without anybody probing them. I think the security agencies need to swing into action in Edo State, because we have literally people who are threatening the lives of people in that state, and we can't have that continue to happen.
Okay, so while I mean, this is me, because you just mentioned 3 people who died, which we also heard in that statement, and he was talking about money that was shared somewhere, and at the end of the day, you know, it would appear that maybe while people were struggling for money, there was a stampede. I don't know. I mean, I'm just.
So let me just quickly add more. Yeah. Peter Obi, you understand? So sometimes I say, oh my goodness, 1.5 million and 15 million. Mm-hmm. It was 15 million that he gave, right? Yeah. And he gave it. We usually give all this check, this loan or big check that they normally give. Mm-hmm. He doesn't go with cash and start. He wasn't sharing money to the students. He gave the school, and he had been there before. He gave the school. He does this in a lot of places. There was nothing that had to do with him. So the Edo State governor, he needs to now tell us who are these people that are there, because their life should matter to him. It shouldn't be something that he's going to drop, by the way that he's going to drop. And then there was also something in the statement that they made that were released by the Edo State government based on the threat that the Edo State governor had made to Mr. Peter Obi, where he was saying that, he's not like Mr. Peter Obi who got Mr. Malam Nasiru El-Rufai detained or arrested in Anambra State. And that statement is very it's not factual. Mr. Peter Obi never arrested former governor of Kaduna State. He was arrested in Anambra State, and he was arrested by DSS. And the order from above, from the center, it never had anything to do with Mr. Peter Obi. So the Edo State governor, I think we now should ask him who are these people that died, because he can't just keep dropping news that are fake, news that are not factual, and just for him to get away with it because he feels that it's not going to be questioned by people or the authorities.
This is the second time we're saying this. I mean, first time I think it was in Benue, where the governor, dropped a cryptic message of sorts, and it was Mr. Peter Obi who came out to say this message is addressed to me, and that he had tried to go and see people in IDP camps, and he had been told that he couldn't reach the governor. He narrated the entire experience he had with the governor. But I'm wondering, as somebody who is really close to him and somebody who has been supportive of his presidential ambitions, do you think there should be extra precautions taken around his movement, to states, especially now that we're now beginning to see, governors a little more, unwelcoming of his into their states, and put it that way?
Yeah, beyond unwelcoming, it's also very unconstitutional in the statements they are making and the stance they are making. And for everybody that sees it, you see the tactics that is going on. And I think there is fear. The APC government is very much afraid of Mr. Peter Obi and what he represents, and the fact that he goes around meeting with people, he gives hope that they have stolen from the people, and he's welcome in any way that you see him. And so you're getting to see these tactics that they want to assume that he shouldn't come to their state. The second governor has said it. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see the third, fourth, and fifth one and going on. And so yes, there's now Nigerians, or we should be worried about the situation of things right now, because there are threats to his life, and these threats are not things that should be taken very lightly, and these threats are not being made by people whom you just dismiss with a wave of the hand. These are people who are supposed to be upstanding members of the society, but they are using their threats against Mr. Peter Obi. Yeah, of course, it's something that is worrisome, and I think the state in itself should. Well, if there was a state, that is because we have a state capture in Nigeria. Otherwise, security agencies should be should be on alert and ensure that they're safeguarding, Mr. Peter Obi. At this stage, honestly, his life is in danger, because we are seeing people who feel very uncomfortable, who feel threatened by his popularity, by the fact that people like him, by the fact that people, he's out there doing the things that they should be doing. The failure of government, he's the one who is fixing it. And at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we see it every day. He happens to be the de facto, president of Nigeria, because every problem, everything that you would usually call in the president, it's Mr. Peter Obi that is being called instead of the person who is currently occupied as.
Okay, let me go to my colleague Ayo. I'm sure he would like to take you up on this matter which you have been following in the court with Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Ayo.
But madam, that's one of the angles to that story over time has been, okay, so what does the law say? What do people say? What are the reactions making the rounds about this and about that? The Senate has had its say, the court has made a pronouncement, but of course, that the camp of Senator Natasha is also making their own comments. What are your thoughts on the process, particularly given all the judgment as opposed to the comments that trailed the issue when it first arose? Okay. Madam, can you hear me now? Okay, good. I was asking, you are not unaware of the Senator Natasha case and that it has gone as far as the court, and the court has already made a pronouncement. So what are your thoughts on the the diversity of perspectives to the court ruling, which some say is clear, but then Senator Natasha is saying something else? What are your thoughts on that case?
That the suspension by the Senate is unconstitutional, and if something is unconstitutional, it simply means that it's unlawful. It should never have happened in the first place, especially something coming from an institution that is supposed to be the one upholding the Constitution. Because in a democracy, the legislative arm of government is the bedrock, is the one that makes laws, is the one that is supposed to protect the institution. Because when you don't have when there's no democracy, the first thing that is set aside is the Constitution, and also the legislative arm is scrapped. And
so guys, you have seen what is happening in this country. It's really, really so sad that we are here as a country. For political reasons, people no longer stand up to the truth. People no longer want to defend what is right. People keep saying all kind of things. You've seen what Peter Obi is going through at the hands of these politicians, trying to defame Peter Obi, trying to stigmatize him, trying to dent his name. But guess what? Obedience, Nigerians, we all know what is true. We all know what is true. And looking at Peter Obi, you get to know that this man is a man who is organic. He is just himself. He is not trying to make up. He's not trying to fabricate. He just wants to be himself. I mean, Peter Obi just wants to be himself. You must have seen the video of him when he said, I told Jonathan, don't give anybody's vote to me. And don't give my vote to anybody. That is the guy we are talking about. Don't give my vote to anybody. And don't give me anybody's vote. Wike is now seen as, will I say, the chief of talks in the Tinubu's camp. You must have seen the image of the governor of Ebonyi State and the governor of Delta State. They all went to Wike to visit Wike. Tinubu possibly is not even in the country. Whether Tinubu is in Nigeria or not, nobody knows. But Wike is the one organizing. You must have heard that he went to Edo State. Now, the governor of Delta State and Ebonyi State went to visit Wike. I mean, everybody is coming to worship Wike. And Wike is now beginning to see himself as the president. He said, Tinubu can do me nothing. That is Wike. Even if I reallocate land to my people, Tinubu can do me nothing. Nigerians, is there leadership in this country? That's the question. There is no leadership. Wike was the one that was, that Wike, he said he's going to be in charge of Rivers State come next election, and he's going to be in charge of Abuja. Oh yeah, you people should come and get the vote. Let me see. Maybe they say Obi won last election. Come and do it now that I'm here. Now he has the guts to say Tinubu can do him nothing, even if he reallocates land to his people. So guys, it has gotten to the point that we have two presidents running this country. Tinubu is now like a puppet in the hands of Wike, because Wike is going to help him in the rigging. But Amechi is now taking his position, saying in Rivers State they are not going to allow any election rewriting. I mean, rewriting figures of votes after election. That Rivers State is known for that. Rivers State is notorious in rewriting election numbers. I mean, number of voters, that they are not going to tolerate it. So you can see, if Amechi is speaking like this, then he understands the game. When we say this election, INEC rigged, go and check IREF. Till now, INEC rigged badly. Anyway, guys, I don't know what you make of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.